Hello and welcome back to Python with our topic of today, enumeration. So before we discuss what enumerations are, I will show you a little problem you could get while coding, and that is maintainability and readability of your code, which will lead us to enumeration later on. But first let me write a class which is called traffic light, which has a constructor, and in the constructor you write the actual light of the traffic, and this light is represented as an integer. We can also represent this with a string, but we can, do a lot of operations we can't do with a string, like we can increase our value by 1, we can decrease it, and so we have an integer which represents our color, which can be much easier because we can add two values to another color, and we can compare colors, so there's a color which is greater than the other color, and that's a little bit harder when you are using strings. But now think about that case. You wrote thousands of coding, and then you are at the point you want to create your first class, which is called traffic light. And you see, okay, I want a traffic light which I call Traffy, and this equals traffic light. And then I see, oh, traffic light needs an input. And we are writing, the input is color. But I didn't know, okay, an integer, but what does it mean? What means color equals 1? And to make our code more readable and using a term that represents an integer, we have our enumerations. So first of all, let's import our enumeration, or in our enumeration module or package, because we import from enum import int enum. We can also import just enum, but I would recommend using int enum because you can do tasks with our int enum we can't do with regular enums. I would use enums, I like them. So now what we wanna do, we want to represent a 1. 1 equals green, 2 equals yellow, and 3 equals red, of course. So now we define a class like we defined our traffic light, but now we are using inheritance. So we have our class which is named color, and in the brackets we type in int enum, and now we can simply write terms in the block of the class using, of course, indentation, like green equals 1, yellow equals 2, red equals 3. Okay, that was pretty easy. Now what we can do, for example, we can print color point green. And what is printed is nothing, because there's an exception at line 16, because like always I forgot another I while writing our constructor, so it is init, not int. I always use int. Why? I don't know. But yes, now it should work. Yeah, perfect. It is printing color green because we print color green. If we print the value out of color green, we are printing 1 because green is represented as the integer 1. And we can also print color out of 1, and we are getting color point green. That's, for example, only possible if you use int enums. And with that, we have our tool to make the color more readable in our traffic light class. So first of all, we type color of color. Color should always be an integer. Now when we create our new traffic light, he wants an integer and transforms this integer into an enum. And if we print our traffic point color, we get color green, and we can, increase the color, and we are creating a new function for our traffic light class, which is called switch. And switch is really simple. If color doesn't equal color point red, color plus 1. Of course, is a self point color, and self point color plus 1, else self point color minus 1. And now we are using traffic point switch, and of course we have to convert the value back into an enumeration. So we're writing self point color equals self point color plus 1, and the value and the color of that and the same goes for the else block. But in the else block we want to be decreased by 2, because after red it should be green. So now if we switch, we are getting yellow. Let's switch again. And again. Now he switches to yellow, then to red, and then to green. And we always know which color is represented, because we are using enumerations. So some nice to know things about Python are, and I want to mention them. For example, you can iterate through our color. For color in color, print color. And now he iterates through our color, or he's looping through our color, printing everything, beginning at green and ending at red. Instead of typing a certain integer value, we can also use the auto function. But before we use the auto function, we have to import auto. Now we can use the auto function. So the code works perfect. Now let's print color point value. So it assigns the number like we would do it if we would say equal number, but it does it automatically. And so this can be important if we don't know in which order we are gonna, no, I misclicked, in which order we are gonna name our enumerations. For example, we have some if conditions, and if the if condition is true, he should first name green and yellow, and then red should be the last number, or if if condition is false, he should firstly name the red and then the yellow and then the green. So in the first case green gets the 1, and the second case red gets the 1. For that it can be useful. So that's probably it. I hope you kind of enjoyed the video, hope you got something, could learn something. See you on the next video. Have a nice evening, day, dinner time, whatever time it is. I hope you're doing great. See you. Bye bye. Goodbye.